The Vengeful True Sun God, the best tower. Or is it? I want to know if the VTSG is still as good as it used to be now that there are paragons, and instead of looking it up like a normal person, I'm going to do the science and put it to the test. There are a lot of maps that factor into how well the Sun God will perform, but just for simplicity, I'm going to be doing this on Cornfield. It has a lot of space and it's just an easy testing ground. So now let's talk about how we're going to be getting a max buff Sun God. After purchasing the Monkey Knowledge Point There Can Only Be One, you now have access to a Vengeful Temple. To start off, you're going to want to sacrifice $50,000 for 3 of the 4 classes, so $50,000 primary, military, and magic. Then for the second stage, you're going to have to sacrifice $50,000 for all classes and have both the Anti-Bloon and Legend of the Night outside of its range. If all is done correctly, your temple should change colors and have a black and red color scheme. You're almost done, now it's just time for the buffs. For this test, I'm going to be using the heroes Admiral Brickle and Open Greenfoot. I could use Adora to buff the Sun God whenever you sacrifice a tower using her ability, but I didn't want to do the extra work, so we're going with the others. Oben makes sense. He buffs magic towers with 5 range and 2 pierce, and my friend is too broke to afford any other heroes. Brickle, on the other hand, is a bit strange. Using a water source and an ice monkey, you can turn the temple into a water tower, which then gets buffed by 100% attack speed and 1 pierce whenever you use Brickle's ability. Since our Sun God is now a water tower, it will also be buffed by the carrier flagship's 17.6% attack speed. I'm not sure if the boat paragon would add anything onto this, but since we're testing without paragons, that's all I can do. With the support Sun Temple, you'll get plus 2 damage, 20% increased attack speed, 6 pierce, and 40% range. And if you're in co-op, you can put down a second Sun God that adds an additional 4 damage, 40% attack speed, 6 pierce, and 40% range on top of that. Next up we have a Parma Alchemist, which adds 1 damage, 3 pierce, 17.6% attack speed, and 15% range. If you add a 250 Homeland Defense, you'll get a 17.6% attack speed with Jungle Drums, and another 100% whenever you use the ability. Last but not least, we have an Overclock and Ultra Boost Engineers, which add a 66 and 66.7 attack speed. It's good to have tech bots doing the abilities so you don't have to manually do them. So if my math is correct, which it probably isn't, our final Sun God will have plus 7 damage, 445% increased attack speed, 18 pierce, and 95% range. I guess if I missed any buffs, let me know in the comments, but let's see how long a temple can last in free play. Overall, I would say the VTSG is still one of the best towers in the game, and that mixed with some paragons would make it pretty easy to make it to the high 300s. I still think that paragons would do better against bosses because of that extra damage bonus, but the Sun God still holds up. Until next time, I'm Banana Farm John, and I'll see you later.